What's up, Keymakers? Today we're going to talk about time hack number 1. I've got multiple time hacks, and this is my first time hack that I want to share with you. Should save you a lot of time. You wake up, drive 30 minutes to work as an employee at your 9 to 5, which you hate, and all you can think about at work is providing for your family, starting your business, moving it forward, changing the world, and in the process, living the life of freedom and fulfillment you've always imagined. This podcast helps you transition from employee to entrepreneur. My name is Bradley G. Smith, and welcome to the Keymaker Nation podcast. So this time hack is related specifically to listening to podcasts and educating yourself more. So I'm just going to hit this really quick, and I think this should be pretty straightforward. So time hack number 1, listen to all audio at 2x speed. So I've got 4 different things that I'm thinking of right now. I'm talking about podcasts, I'm talking about courses, I'm talking about YouTube, and I'm talking about reading books, so something like Audible. So I have a podcast app. Multiple podcast apps do this. I have a podcast app called Pocket Casts, and allows me to search any podcast that's already published. And if it's not published like on iTunes or Spotify, something like that, then I can very simply just put in the feed XML for the podcast, which, as you know, just pulls in the episodes. I could pull in all of the episodes into the app, and the thing that I really enjoy about Pocket Casts is I can make it go even faster than 2x, but more importantly, it's very simple to change the settings on the podcast and sort it by oldest to newest. So I personally like to go into new podcasts where I'm trying to learn something new. I'll go search for a podcast on a specific topic. For you, if you're trying to become an expert in something, the most low-hanging fruit for you is to go find the experts in the podcast realm. Those experts will be rated very highly, and it'll be obvious to you when you do a search for an expert on your topic, so you can learn more in the podcast apps who is the expert and who's not. So go find the ones that are rated very highly, and then pull in their entire podcast, load all the episodes. Sometimes all the episodes don't load directly in, but you can load in all the episodes, then sort it so that it's showing the oldest episode first, and then go through all their episodes, because you learn a lot doing it that way, instead of pulling in the last several episodes and then trying to figure out exactly which episode you're on or which episode you last listened to, and going backwards in time. If you go forward in time from the oldest to newest, then you're always going to see over time how some of their strategies have changed, how some of the software that they're using has changed, how some of the tactics in that particular space has changed. So there's advantages to going from oldest to newest, but listen to it at 2x and sort of train your brain to listen at faster speeds. And so I listen to podcasts at 2x. I listen when I buy a book online. I usually try to get it off of Audible, and if I'm lucky enough to do that, if the book is on there, then I listen at 2x. Also for videos, when I'm sitting at my desk, even on YouTube, some people have tons of really good material on specific topics on YouTube. A lot of experts will show how they're doing something very specifically, and it's beneficial to us because YouTube wants to show the expert who helps a particular person find the exact answer that they're looking for. They're going to show that person's videos over and over and over and over again, right? If somebody actually gets the answer they're looking for, they're going to stay on YouTube instead of having to get off YouTube and look somewhere else. So we're very fortunate with YouTube that we can just literally watch all the expert videos and educate ourselves really quickly. But I think you might have to pay for YouTube. to get the speed the speed options. So I think it's like YouTube Premium or YouTube Red, something like that, where you pay like $12.99 a month. But if you're trying to educate yourself, I mean, it's really low-hanging fruit for you trying to step into the business owner role, right? For you to just pay that, and then you have access to anything on YouTube. The reason why I paid for the YouTube option was because you couldn't turn your phone, you couldn't basically lock your phone with YouTube turned on and have the screen of your phone turned off, but YouTube still playing while you're listening to it. So I paid for that option, and there's probably some other workarounds to that, but that's what I chose, and that opens up the ability to lock my phone and listen at 2x speed on YouTube when I'm trying to do that. And I can't tell you, I more than make up for that every month in terms of the amount of content that I consume on YouTube. So I get tons of material really quickly, and so that's YouTube and podcasts. And then I mentioned Audible. Audible has an option to increase speed. And then let's see, which is the fourth one that I mentioned? Podcasts, books, YouTube, courses. So courses I get through Udemy. So if I can't find something on YouTube or my podcast app, there's a high probability that Udemy has it. Udemy has an option to increase your listening speed as well. So you can listen to Udemy at 2x the speed. So and the courses are really cheap. So you can get one course most of the time for under $10 or just over $10. Courses that are the value of them is set by the author. A lot of them are set at the value of $197. Some of them are set at the value of like $47. But almost all of them Udemy discounts at some point in time, and you can get them for usually right around $10. So those four options for time hacking. This is my time hack. Listen at 2x on everything that you listen to. And one thing that I do for I usually listen to podcasts. I'm constantly listening to podcasts, and you know that by now if you've been watching any of the other episodes or listening to any of the other episodes. But I have I always have an extra set of headphones in my car so that I can plug in my headphones right into my phone and walk anywhere. And maybe I just needed to run inside for a coffee. I plug my headphones in, listen to the podcast that I was recently listening to. If I park at my parking garage for work, then I'm plugging my headphones in, turning it on, and walking to work. Same when leaving work, and same when sitting at my desk and working. So guys, and then in the evenings I'm listening to YouTube and at 2x all the time. So I always am trying to speed up the amount of content that I can consume. So that's time hack number one that I have for you. I've got some other ones for you in the future. I'll show them to you. I'll share them with you. And so yeah, that's it for today, guys. Time hack number one, listen at 2x. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Hey guys, don't forget to join me in the Keymaker Nation private Facebook group. If you're listening to the podcast via iTunes, please rate and review. And if you're listening via YouTube, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, thanks for listening.